Welcome YouTube to Complete Lifestyles, where we focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Nobody is perfect, but we can all strive to become complete as individuals. So today, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys check me out. We're talking about Joel Embiid today, guys. Suspended 3 games for shoving a member of the media. Philadelphia superstar Joel Embiid will be suspended for 3 games without pay for shoving Philadelphia Inquirer columnist Marcus Hayes in Saturday's loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, NBA announced Tuesday. Mutual respect is paramount to the relationship between players and media in the NBA. Joe Dumars, who used to play for the Detroit Pistons, the NBA's executive vice president of basketball operations, said in a statement announcing the suspension. While we understand Joel was offended by the personal nature of the original version of the reporter's column, interactions must remain professional on both sides and can never turn physical. The suspension will span the 76ers' next 3 games: Wednesday against the Clippers, Friday versus the Lakers, Sunday versus the Charlotte Hornets, sources told ESPN Shams. Embiid is set to return and make his season debut next Tuesday in Philadelphia against the New York Knicks in the 76ers opening game in the NBA Cup action. The suspension comes in wake of an incident Saturday night in which Embiid shoved Hayes and taking issues with his recent column that mentioned Embiid's son and late brother, both named Arthur, while questioning Embiid's professionalism and effort to stay in shape. So, Embiid's comments was to him, the next time you bring up my dead brother and my son again, you are going to see what I'm going to do to you, and I'm going to have to live with the consequences, Embiid said to Hayes during the confrontation. Hayes offered an apology for comments which were eventually removed from the column, but Embiid rejected it. Embiid later said that he doesn't care what reporters say, but you do, Hayes answered. Embiid pushed Hayes afterward while the team's public relations chief got between them. Embiid has yet to play this season because of ongoing issues with his left knee, which he had surgery on last season and limited his play during a first-round loss to the Knicks in the postseason. He is on Philadelphia's West Coast road trip, which 76ers open Monday with a loss to the Phoenix Suns and Paul George's debut with the franchise. Embiid will lose about $1,063,778 in pay during the suspension, according to ESPN Bobby Marks. So let's get into it. Embiid was sitting out because of a left knee issue. Now, Embiid did play in the Olympics. Now, according to people that covered the game, they said he was not the Embiid of MVP, but he was still very helpful to the team in winning, especially like the last game or two versus Jokic and I think France. He was very helpful in those games. So what he did was at the start of the season, I don't know why teams do this, but they announce when a player is going to be out, and specifically with him, they announced that he wasn't going to play in back-to-back games. As a fan, you don't want to pay money for a game if you're going to see him and he's not going to be there. Also, as a fan, as players, as people that watch the game, if we see you play in the Olympics, we then assume that you are going to be ready to play in the regular season. If he didn't play in the Olympics, he would have had a longer period to get healthy. He would have been ready for the season. But if we see you playing in the Olympics and we didn't see you tear anything in the Olympics or hurt anything in the Olympics, we expect that you will be ready for the start of the regular season. So a lot of things are going into that. Now, with this suspension, I personally believe that if the guy's not playing and he's missing games, what are you really doing by suspending him more games because he's already not playing games? You should have just fined him and then allowed him to play the game since he has already missed the first few games of the season. Yes, you got to send the message. You don't want players putting their hands on media, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, the reason that he got into it with the media was because he's not playing games. So then what do? You punish him by adding more games that he can't play. I don't know. It's a backwards thing, but I guess it has to be, a message has to be sent. So that's the case with Joel Embiid. Like I said, he'll be playing after the 3-game suspension. I think the first game started against the Knicks. It's a weird case with this, because if you talk about a man and he's already frustrated that he's not playing, and then what you say is not really about his brother. It was more of a while back. He said, I'm playing for my brother and my son. His brother passed away. And he named his son after his brother. So he said, I'm playing for them legacy wise. So basically, the reporter that he pushed, which was Hayes, basically brought that up and saying, hey, you said you were playing for their namesake, for your legacy, but yet you are sitting out. So he was kind of questioning, is he really playing for them? He wasn't questioning how fake or how his love is for them, or if he brought them up, then why isn't he play? It really was all right, you're talking about legacy. To build your legacy, you have to play. If your legacy is basketball. So it was taken out of context. Now, should he have brought his brother up? No, he should have not. If he was going to say, hey, you said you were playing for legacy, and this is not how you make an impact on your legacy by not playing, fine. But he did not have to bring up his family into that. A lot of people want you to say, hey, criticize me all you want, talk about my game, talk about how I'm not performing if I'm not performing. But when you bring family into it, it crosses a line. So even if that's not your case or what you're trying to do, it is still, with some people, they target what you said and they take that offensive because of all the other stuff that's going on underneath it. So yeah, I'm not playing right, and yeah, I'm trying to build my legacy, but you bringing my brother into it, and so now I'm focusing on that. So you just got to be careful with your words. But on Joel Embiid's side, you got to be careful with your actions also, because if you hurt the man and you end up, let's say worst case scenario, you go to jail for something you did, then what does it do to your family? You're the breadwinner. You're taking care of everybody, I'm probably sure. So you always have to think before you react, even though sometimes it is a tough thing to do. So that's the video for today. I hope when he does get on the court, he balls out. They got a good team. I mean, I'm thinking they're going to be top 3 or 4 in the East. You got Boston's definitely going to be at the top. Milwaukee's struggling. The Knicks, they're learning to play with each other. I'm just trying to think of the teams in the East that could make some noise. Those two off the top of my head are, the top 2 right now between Philadelphia and Boston. So in order for Philadelphia to get to where they need to be, he has to be on the court. He has to play. So hopefully with this little break that he did take, helped him out. But we want to see you on the court. We want to see you be dominant. We want to see you do the things we know you're capable of doing. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, comment. Let me know what you think, if you agree. Like I said, I mean, if somebody brings up your family, it's hard to compartmentalize and try to look at it from their point of view, from what they're actually talking about, especially if you got a lot going on. So there it is. You guys take it easy. Enjoy your day.